All right, take two. I definitely did not hit my stop streaming button instead of my switch to game button. That would be silly. Who would do such a thing? Okay, so last time we did a pretty big rework of our coal and petroleum handling. We finally started doing this, whatever this is, carriage and processing. It's not quite making steam as fast as it could, although it seems like it's okay. We're probably buffering steam here still, despite these never getting a lot of fuel, so I think... Are we buffering steam, or are we using it? Hard to tell. I still have some to-dos around, around processing, specifically at Coke Classic over here, because we're now also using steam for pitch to Coke. Everything is just sad here. Which output is full? Light oil is full. Light oil... No, not light oil. Sorry. Coal gas is full. Oh, that's great. That hasn't happened in a long time. Okay. I think I don't have an overflow on that, so that's something I need to look into. But yeah, in general, these are doing pitch processing, and there's just not enough steam now for all of that. This is running low. But I think now that we're backed up on other things, so. Okay, the other thing that we have on our to-do list is another power plant, because our power situation is... Ooh, we're right on the edge, and I guarantee you if this production was working down here, and these were spitting out more coke, we would be in a worse position. And the other thing is the stone at Iron 2, that's up here. This was obviously not going to work long term and needs to be addressed. I think I'm going to turn this into concrete. Get a couple of crushers up here, get water plumbed in. We have water down here already, so I can get whatever I need for concrete, and I'll probably just do concrete right here. So we're going to start with that, because that's backed up. I think right now our coke consumption on this side is, reasonably... I mean, we have a lot backed up. We're going to burn through it, though, so maybe we should unblock this first. I need to figure out where this all goes, this coal gas. There's a path up here. Okay, this is the coal gas that was being used as fuel for glass and now goes nowhere. Because glass is now running off of light oil. The other coal gas path... I'm so glad about radars. They make everything easy. The other... So this snakes its coal gas through. Okay, that's fine. The other coal gas path, I think, just comes over here. Yep. And then... Yeah... Oh, no, that's that path. It zigs around. Okay. So we just need to add an overflow valve somewhere to this. Probably a buffer and a pump would be good first. So that we keep it buffered over by aluminum where we're consuming it. And then an overflow valve outside of that. So we've got a tank. Do we have a pump? We have a pump. We have an overflow valve. We have everything we need. So let's get that addressed real quick first. We will add a tank pump right here. Tank. pump. Gadget. Overflow valve. This needs power. Where's the closest power? Nowhere. There's no power here. Let's pull it from here. All right. So this should be pumping now. These should be draining pretty quickly. And if we head back over here, everything here should now be unblocked. Yeah. Now this is on item ingredient shortage because all the coke is going up first, which is what we want. These are running. They're spitting out coke. These are running. They're spitting out coke. I'm expecting our steam to slowly run out because we can only buffer so much of it. So this will be a problem sooner than later. I'll have to keep an eye on that and figure out the best way to increase this production. Okay. That wasn't even on the to-do list. But now that that's running, I suspect we should be able to see that our power is solidly, consistently in the yellow. Yeah. So, I guess we should do another power plant first before we do the concrete, because concrete is only going to consume more power. So let's grab a bunch of stuff and get what we need for a power plant. We're going to need pipes. We're going to need undergrounds. We're going to need belts. Inserters. How much inventory do I have? Plenty. We're going to need more small parts. I should grab my plates from over here so this doesn't back up. But we're going to need 6 steam engines, and then we're going to need probably more stone, actually, for our... I really need to do something about all of these plates and route them into the system somewhere. Really, I should get rid of this as a thing at all, and move coke production centralized, but that's a different issue. Light oil outputs to... What was I doing here? This is light oil input. This is light oil output, which goes over... Right, and comes up here. We're using it for glass. And right now that's all we're using it as a liquid fuel for, and we have plenty. Looks like actually we could run another crystal extractor now that these things are running consistently. That would be cool. Cool. At any rate, we need more stone. That's why I came down here. Where's the carriage that I just picked up? There we go. Throw it in a chest. Let's grab a couple more stacks of stone. So I should be able to build 12 of these. We have 6 boilers. That's it, right? Everything else is just plumbing. Yeah, pretty much. And I could pretty much just copy this design and plonk another one down right next to it, grab a coal belt, and we're good to go. Heck, do I even need to grab a coal belt? Maybe I should. Oh, this is a problem, though. Well, it's not a problem, but we should figure out ash processing over here as well, because this is basically a full belt of ash coming in. Let's look at our existing ash separator. How much ash can they consume a second? I think one of these can do 10 a second. So 3 of them can run 2 columns of boilers. Yeah, 10 ash a second. Okay, so I need 3 of these if I just want to get coal dust and soot out, and 4 if I want to process the soot for our 2 furnace stacks. Okay. What do I need for these? I need steel. I need inductors. Okay, I can grab steel and inductors. So let's make our 3 of those. And each of these is still going to have a big buffer of chests for its ash, because I expect it to still back up. But what it'll give us is what it will give us is better. And 3 of these. Oof, that's 150 steel plates. Okay. I might need to increase my steel production. Oh, because these are low power. Right. Okay. I will do ash handling after the fact, I think, is the better choice. Where's the car? Down there. The other things that I should have more of are radars. Because I have a few gaps in coverage. So let's see. We should be able to just drop a radar. I find them like right there. Good. That fills in that coverage gap. Now let's head over to our power plant. I can move some of this stuff around if I need to, but I don't think I'll need to. Let's just do like a Control C, and yeah, that'll fit perfectly down here. Get rid of some of these power lines. And drop it like there. It is nice to have copy and paste. This is so much faster than relaying out everything by hand would be. Actually, it's faster if I do this first. And engines. So, and then this connects up to the grid like so. Powered now, right? Good. I didn't build miners. Do I have enough stuff for them? Yes. All right, so we just need another set of all this. And come out right. And make sure that it's reasonably on. There we go. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bootstrap everything. And then we can run this right over to our new power station. The other thing we're going to need is to... How do I want to do this? Okay. So we're going to take this and we're actually going to run it in this direction. And then these will merge on their output like that, I think is the better way to do it. This all needs to be duplicated down here. Same thing. Car out of the way. Okay. So each of these is now basically a full belt of ash output. I need to hook one of them up to this. Doesn't really matter which. And that will get ash going back to our trees. And then that actually needs to be off of a splitter with output priority to that. Good. You backwards. Okay. We should have enough power now. Good. So now I need to deal with another power plant done. Find use for stone at iron 2, which, as I said at the start of the stream, I think I'm going to turn this into concrete. I want concrete. When do I get warehousing? That's a thing. Oh, very early on, once I have red science. Okay. That'll help with some of these ridiculous chest monsters that I've been making. So these come down here, and all of this goes off to ash processing. which I don't currently have the stuff for, and that's fine. Here, let's make that a to-do list so I can track it. Ash processing at new power. But I want to do the stone first, and then we'll take care of that. Okay. So now, we should have, now that we have power back, we should be making steel a little more efficiently. So we can head on over to where steel is made and get the things we need for setting up concrete production. Steel. Hey, that's nearly enough. Actually, that should be enough, right? How much? Let's go into the planner. Okay. We generate 3 stone a second. And we want to turn that into concrete. 1 second. I'm going to pop over to YAFC. I think it'll be better at this. Oh, and actually, in theory... Hey, YAFC. Okay. From lime, sand, and gravel. Yeah. Okay. Create. So we have stone just coming in at 3 a second. Let's see. Add consumption recipe. Brushing to gravel. Add consumption recipe to sand. We will make concrete from sand and gravel. We will make lime from coke and limestone. We'll make limestone from water. We will... Can I go in here? Can I change the fuel? Select fuel. Coke. There we go. We'll use only coke as our fuel. There we go. And that'll make half a concrete a second from our 3 stone a second. And YAFC did exactly what I hoped it would do. And it knows how much of the gravel to turn into sand to balance the concrete recipe. I love this thing. Okay, so I need 2 jaw crushers, 2 soil extractors, a high-pressure furnace, and an assembly machine. Okay. Already made 2 of those. I already have a furnace for some reason. I already have an assembler. So that just leaves our 2 soil extractors. All right. And that's everything we need. The other thing we're going to need materials for is ash filtering. And that's going to take 3 of these solid separators. I'm rounding to say that we get a full belt of ash out of each stack of furnaces. It's slightly less than that, but I don't think 2 is enough anyway, so 3 it is. And actually, let's just go ahead and add that here. Add a recipe. We're going to do soot, Let's see. Yeah, separating that. Ingredient input, we're going to have 2 belts of ash. Did I not say 2 yellow belts? Oh, 15 times 2. There we go. Yeah, 2 belts of ash coming in. So we're going to have this stuff going on. We'll still need to box up, you know, coal dust and soot, but at much, much lower quantities. I want to turn this into iron plates. And I want to fuel you with the coal dust? Is that coal dust? Yeah, there's plenty of coal dust to fuel that, is what it's telling me, and there will still be coal dust output. I do like the matrix solver. Will you solve yourself? No. Okay. Cool. So that's 3 of these, and 1 furnace is what it said before I confused it. Oh, yep, I broke this whole view. Okay. I put it on matrix solver mode and it got permanently confused. Okay, so we need our last sifter for that. Okay. While we're down here, we've got plenty of inserters. Oh, that's what I wanted to check. How many... Gotta add this again. Let's see, making coal dust from ash separation. Input 30 a second. No idea what we're doing here. So I change our here. We use yellow inserters instead. Why does this think we need 33? How did it come up with that? Ash separation, input, 2 belts. Okay. And we're going to use yellow inserters because they're easier. Because I think on gray inserters here, we're looking at 50 of them across 3 machines, which is a lot. 151 divided by 3. I don't know. It's a lot. But if we make the yellow inserters, I think we're in a much more manageable spot of only needing 9 on each machine, and I will take that. So let's. What are we missing for this? Oh, small parts. Okay. Head up here and grab small parts. Okay. Make a pile of those. We can head back over here. And I guess I'm just going to do the ash first since I've got the stuff for it. And I've been thinking about it. They're both going in about the same area, so it doesn't really matter. Ash separation will be down here. Concrete production is going to go up here. All right, let's these solid separators going. One. How many? Of course, there's 7. 8, 9. Okay. So they're each gonna have to kind of come up like this. Oh, this may not work quite like that because I need to be able to power all of these. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go under. And yellow inserters. Ooh. I might have to grab more, Okay. Now, these both come up here. Join together. This isn't going to work because I need to be able to take outputs off of these. Okay, what I should do instead is put the processing for each of these just kind of right next to them. So take this, and it's gonna just go like right here. And then this one's gonna go like right here. All right. There and there. Down here, we will do the same thing. Okay. Now, each of these needs outputs for coal dust, soot, and iron oxide. Those can just be regular old. That's going to be in my way. Wait list. Coal dust. Oxide. And soot. Okay. Those will go, well, not there. On the top? No. figure that out later. All right. So, iron oxide and coal dust come right out. Soot can go straight into a container of some sort, which I don't have enough of. Container. That also goes into a container, as well as going into iron production. Like so. I don't have the container there. Okay. So this is the whole setup. Okay. So these need containers in order to work, and this needs water routed up around it. Okay. Reconnect our power. And these won't really run yet. That's okay. Oh, this power is still disconnected. There we go. Now, let's go ahead and get stone here sorted out. So, first step, we have a crusher, which is going to make gravel. Let's see. Input is 3 stone a second, which is what? 5 gray inserters. Okay. Output of that will go to another crusher, making sand from gravel, which uses, I'm going to say 2. Well, 1.29, that might be 3. We'll call it 3. And then we have 2 outputs from each of these. Okay. And that's our sand and gravel coming in. Those then go into... Oh, they go right into the assembler. And the other things that I need are the stuff for the limestone and the lime. Okay. So that all goes right into... In that case, I can actually do this. I do love my direct insertion. This should pretty well auto-balance. Like, it'll probably make too much sand at first, and then whatever. It'll figure itself out. So we're making concrete. So we need half a lime, that's 1 inserter, and like a little bit of coke. So I'll say that that's all that, and there's our output. So we're gonna need our Actually, what I should do is bring coke up. Just run it like, let's see, where's our high pressure furnace again? If I do a split there, if I do you like that, will that do what I want? Oh, I'm out of iron plates. I can't do anything. Run down here. Make a splitter. Okay. So if coke comes up here, we'll split it. One side will do that. The other side will... Oh, I went one too high. We'll do that. And feed that. All right. And the other thing we need then is the limestone, which just comes from 2 soil extractors, and they are... So... Like so. All right. That is, I think, pretty much it. We just got to power everything and make some chests for output. I am going to actually use a steel chest here as my output chest. These need water. Which I should have down here somewhere. Since we're pulling it over for... power? Did I just go right past it and not even think about it? Well, that is water. It's just... I got off of alt mode. I thought that was an empty pipe. Okay. And the other thing this is going to need is power, which, of course, I don't have power poles. Okay. The last thing that we need is we need to bring coke over here. So let's figure out where we can reasonably route that through. I guess I can send it up like... I mean, that's kind of too high, isn't it? I want it to come in like here. I almost want to send it like below. I can fork it off, yeah, like right here and send it along the power lines. That's reasonable. Okay. There's fuel. Now all we're missing is power lines. I have some copper in my inventory. I don't really want to have to go back to base right now. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I left it on the YIFC view. That was my bad. I've just been, well, implementing what was shown on YIFC. So just getting basic concrete production going up here off of the stone byproduct from my iron. Running belts and pipes. I ran out of electric poles, so I'm chopping down some trees so I don't have to go back to my mall to grab poles. And that's our use for stone. We did ash processing. Do. All right. Raw coal. I don't think I have any. I have a little bit of coke. Oh, and that's the wrong output. The output comes there. Okay. Oh, this also needs water input. I missed that. Okay. Nothing a little spaghetti can't fix. There we go. All right, so this is backing up on everything except lime. It has fuel. We're just waiting for coke to get its way up here, which should be soon, unless I screwed something up. I screwed something up. That underground is going the wrong way. Okay. Let's see if this thing gets itself started. Help if I had the recipe. Limestone also would help. Okay, recipe's set. Let's actually see if this turns on. Oh, and I need to deal with the CO2 output here. And a vent. Hey, there we go. It's slow, but it's only pulling in a little bit of stone, so it doesn't have to be super fast. And this should be able to pull stone as fast as this can make it. So, in theory, we're all set. This will do a pretty good job of compressing this stone down. It's like, what is it? We're bringing in 3 stone and we're ending up with like half a concrete, so that's 6 to 1. That's not bad. I mean, the number of chests I put up there was arbitrary, so, but I think we'll at least turn all of this into concrete, and I'll just have to remember to come by here and empty this chest and start paving my base every once in a while. Yeah, we're moving. This side's all on, this side is turning on. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay. I need to finish ash processing down here. Now that I have some iron, I can make some more chests and get those where they need to go. Should probably make these all steel chests, but the compression ratio is pretty good. And then lastly, the overflow from both of these needs to come together. Into one more processor. It's going to have the exact same setup here. I was using yellow inserters for these, just to compactify it a little bit. Otherwise, they need 1,000,001 inserters. I'm out of power poles again. Excellent. Out of everything. I'm out of everything. Okay. Grab some more iron. Make another one of these. And if I can find one tree, I can get this powered. And then I can wander away and ignore this corner of the base for another couple of hours before something breaks. That's very much my life in Pyanodons, is wander away for a couple of hours until something breaks. Oh, I didn't actually build them. And there we go. So these 3 should be able to handle all of the ash being output by all of this. They'll probably back up eventually on either soot or coal dust, but that's okay. Iron is moving again. I see half the belt is backing up. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. Up here, we've got concrete going on. Let's see. Yeah, we are still pulling through the backlog of stone here, so I would say that is working. How's this ash doing? That's fine. And I assume the ash down here is also reasonably fine. Yeah. I'm not going to worry about that yet. Nice. Already got nearly 2 stacks. Okay. So that means our next step of base cleanups. I know, right? It is so good to have splitters again. Oh, and I'm making enough circuits that I can just kind of throw them wherever I want. I'm making enough Duralumin that I can throw yellow inserters wherever I want, but for some reason I'm still being a little little careful with those. Yeah, I expected this to slow down because a lot of the coke that was coming into this, I'm now directing some of that up here. But I think once this belt fills up, yeah, this should end up back there eventually. I'm not too worried about it. I've got plenty of space here that I could... Oh, weird, I have a dead spot. I should add another radar there. While I'm up here. But yeah, this has been my my life recently, is just tracking down bottlenecks. All right, put that there. Do I have good visibility of pretty much everything now? Yeah, pretty much. A little bit's cut off at the top here. I could throw down one more radar. I'm tempted to ignore this to-do list for now, unless it's actually, like, severely backed up. But it doesn't look like it is. Oh my goodness! Ho 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 ho! I've never seen this coke belt look so full. Oh man. That's a good feeling if ever there was one. That must mean that I've got, like... Yup. Plenty of acetylene. That I've got... Steel. Oh, I forgot to reconnect steel, so steel backed up. That's my fault. So maybe what I should do is just put a couple of big tanks down here on this steam so that it can just buffer it and not expand the steam here at all. Maybe that's the better choice. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna drop that in priority and start thinking about growing Vrauks. Where's my car? Down here. You're stopped because I didn't put down an inserter. All right. I guess I should do this right. Since that can't seem to grab fuel, add splitters. Box there, and a... where is it? You there. Okay. And I will do the same thing at all of these. Okay. That should work a little bit better. That way the inserters aren't fighting on the same square to pick up one piece of coal dust. Okay. Man. When I started working over here, this felt so far away from my base, and now it's really just starting to feel like another part of it. Let's head up to... There's no good way through here. Through there and up there? Let's head up to where I've got Vrauks started. They're not going to actually get built up here. I don't have the space for it. So I think I've built my first 10 of them. There should be a box with some animals in it. Yep. So that's enough modules for one of these, so I can start getting the actual system running. But I don't think it's that hard to build more of these. It's not. I just need more tinned cable. That's solder. That's tinned cable. There we go. Yeah, build another 10 of these. And I need to reconnect my steel while I'm thinking about that. Because that, I believe, is necessary for something that goes into making Vrauks up here. Yeah, these things. Okay. Let's get those in. We will pick this up. I need to build another one of those. And I need to build a reproductive complex, which is expensive. I'm glad I started concrete. I need more circuits. I need more iron. I need more steel. I need everything. All right, let's head over here. Stacks of circuits. Head back down to steel and grab a couple stacks of that. I need to grab a bunch of stone. That's easy. Oop, too far. Steel. What do you need? You need stone. You need stone, concrete, and iron. Okay. Stone is back over this way. All right, so I can build another one of those. Oh, I already had a stack of those. Never mind. Stop. Why do I have 8 of these already? What I do need is the reproductive complex, so that just needs more iron plates and then concrete. I am going to need, I guess, a slaughterhouse as well. Yeah. And I need more small parts. Need a few steam engines. May as well pre-build those. I'm going to need more of these and these. I'm going to need probably more pipes. Vrauks need water barrels, so I need to make a barreling machine. I'm gonna miss steps, inevitably. Okay, so now I just need my concrete. Where's my car? It's up here. All right. Thunk. Couple stacks of concrete. I should now be able to make the reproductive complex. Excellent. I've got more Vrauk paddocks than I could possibly need. I've got the slaughterhouse. I've got the barreling machine, and I have no idea what else I need to plumb into all this, so I need to find a spot and start working on these guys. Where do I have space? I have space in lots of places. The question is, where do I have space that I want? The Vrauks do need native flora as an input, and that's up here. Maybe I should look in FNEI and figure out what else I need to make my Vrauks. All right, Vrauks. Native flora moss. Moss is cheap. And Vrauk cocoons. Vrauk cocoons are made from sap, moss, and a water barrel. Okay. So I need moss, obviously. Native flora, lots of water barrels, and sap. Sap is easy. Sap I already have semi-bootstrapped. I'm making tons of sap. I might be able to just like grab a stack of sap and make a pile more sap trees over here. Let's see how many sap trees I've currently got. Let's see, sap seeds are just from sap, right? And then those go into sap trees. I've got 22. Just grab a stack. Easy peasy. All right. So that's going to make sap trees. I don't know why that's limited. So I'll be able to set up sap easily. Moss is a different issue. But I've done it plenty of times. I know what I need there. Moss farms are pretty straightforward. And then native flora. So I've got native flora in the starting area, obviously. I don't know if I want to try to use this. This is just so densely built around, it's going to be a pain in my butt. That's antimony. Antimony. So yeah, there's this native flora up here, which is, I mean, relatively, quote unquote, close to a body of water to pull the water in that I need for both the water barrels and the moss production. It needs stone routed to it is going to be the big one. Which, like, we've already got this stone belt that's coming in for moss over here. So I could just fork that belt and send it all the way up. That's a long belt run, but compared to some of the other belt runs I've done, it's not that awful. Yeah, this is kind of tempting. This feels like it might be the spot. The trees aren't too dense up here either. And then for science 2, it needs to be merged with stuff that's derived from these petri dishes. So it's in a reasonable place to send the latex that we make on over this way. So that feels reasonable to me. Ugh. I think Vrauks and latex are going to end up here. All right, so Vrauks get turned into caged Vrauks, which we can slaughter for formic acid. Everything else I need to figure out what to do with. Cages are recycled, although I'll need to make a few of those to start with. What do they need? Titanium, solder, iron, nothing crazy. And the formic acid goes into, well, that's the next step. I'm going to put that as a separate task. But if we can get a couple of rock paddocks going, I will be happy. I don't know why I have so many. I must have accidentally right-clicked on them at some point. And there's our 10 Vrauks for our first paddock. All right, let's go start wiring some things together and see what ends up being broken. Okay. So we're going to need some moss thingies, we're going to need Vrauk cocoons, and we're going to need extractors for one thing at a time. Let's see. We need one of you. For these, I need soil and oh, you're making piles of inductors. Stop. Let's just grab a couple stacks of inductors. Okay. We're going to need one of these. Whatever, we'll make two. They're small. We're going to need moss farms, which I should have some spare soil backed up down here. Iron. All right. We're going to need a couple of sap doodahs. Sap extractors. They need bricks. Okay. Stone bricks. Okay. Make a fourth one of these. Why not? And then I want to make 4 sap extractors. Just nice round numbers to get started with. What else do I need? I need to make myself some water barrels. Or just some empty barrels, I guess. That's fine. I could make more if I need them. I'm also going to need to make myself some cages. What don't I have? What do I need for those? Solder, and I have the iron for sticks, right? I could use more. One more. Run up and get solder so I can make a stack of cages. I'm gonna need an assembly machine, I think, to cage the Vrauks. Is that right? Yes. I've got that. That's fine. Solder is here. Oh, I should be buffering that, but... What do I need? Oh, I need more titanium for more of those. All right, that's fine. Do I have titanium backing up, or is it still very slow? It's still very slow, but... All right. 5 cages. Probably going to need an offshore pump. Do I have... I'm just going to make, like, some stacks of stuff. Okay. Now where's my car? So where did I say I wanted to do this? Like right up here? All right. Let's see how bad the trees look in person once I'm up here. Oh yeah, this is fine. We got plenty of space up here. Okay. Cool. So, first things first is we have the Vrauks themselves. I'm just going to drop, I don't know. I'm going to drop like 4 of these. Start with... I have more of them than I need, that's for sure. And where's my Vrauks? Them in. All right. Oh yeah, because this takes 160 seconds. So each of these inputs is just like one inserter. That's easy. So we're gonna have, I guess, like 2 belts. Of stuff coming in. Two belts of stuff coming in. And then we'll do like one of those. Oh. Okay. Each of these will come in just like that, like that, like that. And then these are going to do like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. And that should be all of our inputs for all of these. So on one of these belts, we're going to need water barrels and flora, and on the other ones, we're going to need cocoons and moss. All right. That's easy. Flora's going to happen up here with my two... Where are they? And there's plenty of space to expand this, which is also great. All right. So native flora is going to come down. I'm routing this a little bit out of the way, but that's just to kind of keep the flow going upwards here. I basically want to be able to keep piling. I'm going to put all my infrastructure down here, and then I want to be able to keep piling, you know, Vrauk pens up and up and up. So this comes down. It'll go on one of the belts. This one arbitrarily, along with water barrels. And then we'll have water barrels there as well. Barreling machine is easy. I made some barrels, which I can't put in. Interesting. Oh, I remember this from the last time I tried to do this. There's some shenanigans you have to do here. I can feed barrels in, though. And then I think once I have this running with water, it'll be fine. So this needs to go out. It needs to be split because some of those water barrels need to go to the... go here to make cocoons, and some need to go up to the Vrauks. Or maybe the better thing is... No, we're not going to split it. I don't know what I'm going to do. They're always going to go to cocoons. And then ones that don't get used for cocoons go to Vrauks? I don't know. I'll think about that. Reproductive facility, which is just freaking huge, can go here. Okay. So you need sap, moss, and the water barrels. So in theory, if I just do like this, I could also set up separate barreling machines for each thing, and maybe that's what I should do. They're pretty cheap. Yeah, I can make another one. Why not? All right, barreling machine. Just back and forth, nice and easy. And then the other barreling machine will go like here, not like there. Near each other. And then it will have a return from over here. Because we're going to have on our output, we're going to split. Output left. Going to be our empty barrels. And then right will be our Vrauks, which need to be caged. And that happens in an assembler. Caged Vrauks, output there. We're going to have empty cages coming back in. And we're going to have fuel input, and we're going to have an ash output. All right. Cool. And then those are going to go over to be rendered at a slaughterhouse. Bonk. And then output of... Put all of our outputs on this side. Actually, I'm going to pull this over a little bit so I have room to route outputs down through here. Render Vrauks. We have a bunch of outputs that we're going to have to figure out. Fluids out the center. And then all of these are going to come down here into a mess of splitters. So output priority right is going to be cages. Those are going to come right down here. Loop back in. And then what else are we outputting? 1, 2, 3, 4 different kinds of meat. Okay. Brains. Meat. Guts. And whatever the last one is. Chitin. And then each of these will just go into their own boxes for now, and I will worry about them later. All right. This is starting to look like a setup. Let's see. Okay, so the other two inputs that we need to the Vrauks are moss and cocoons. Okay. So we're going to send stuff from down here. I'm going to run out of belts. Cocoons will come along here, and moss will come in from there somehow. Whitelist cocoons. Yep. And what else do you need? You need moss and sap to come in. Okay. So moss will just kind of come in from this side and do one of these. And just... That's silly. If I'm going to have moss come in, I may as well have it come in over here. And then I can do the sort of the joining of the two, like right here. So here's moss coming in from wherever I do moss. And then I made 4 sap extractors, and I need a place where I can put those. And honestly, here is fine. They're easy. They take no inputs. They just need a couple of sap trees as modules. And in. Okay. So that just leaves moss, basically. And then I need to get all my inputs and fluids and power wired up for this thing. Ugh. And actually, to start with, I don't want to be aging my Vrauks. I want to be putting them in a box. I want to be putting them in a box so that I can use them as modules further up. Okay, well, I can see that I did something wrong immediately here. There we go. So, water's gonna do something like this. And I gotta run this all the way over to where the water is, and I think the closest water is over here, which is not super close, but not the longest pipe run I've done by far, so we'll survive. Wow. What are the chances of making it all the way through those woods without a single tree in the way? That never happens. Okay, offshore pump, offshore pump, offshore pump. Yeah, they really are. I am looking forward to having some kind of trains or bots or anything. I've been told the starting construction bots suck, but they have to suck less than doing this by hand. All right, so that's one input. Sap is ready. That's ready. So I think that just leaves moss that I have to plumb in here. And probably more empty barrels to get these loops started on barrels. Because I suspect the 20 barrels that I have is not going to be sufficient. These ones are in a closed cycle, so they probably only need like one stack, but this one is probably going to need more on its input. Yeah, I have heard the caravans are very slow. I didn't try them the last time I tried Pi. I might this time for whatever I need to get next. Like, you know, if I had caravans when I had to do this lead and titanium, I might have used them. But the next time that I'm pulling in a new resource, I might give them a try. I don't know. I'm worried about the pathfinding, that they're just going to get stuck in the middle of nowhere and my resources won't get where I need them. Factorio's pathfinding is okay at best. Okay, moss farms. So I want to basically be able to just keep dragging those out in a line. So I need my moss farms to not be in the way of that. So I'm going to start them down here. Again, just use the... I guess I could use the less expensive recipe and just accept more moss farms instead of running a stone belt. This does need significantly more farms, though. But moss farms are cheap at this point in the game for me. I mean, not cheap, but not expensive. It's not like they take 100 titanium or anything like that. You know? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna accept the... Oh, I forgot I need CO2 here as well. All right, and I'm going to need to get moss modules, 15 for each of these, so I need 60 moss. That's fine. Let's get this run. I'm going to run out of belts, but that's okay. I got to go back to base for several things at this point, so... Let's see. Do I have what I need for... No. Okay, so what do I need? I need CO2, which I have, actually, not too far away. I've got CO2 here. And that's already hooked up down here to this thing via an underflow valve. So I should be able to just grab that CO2 and pipe it right up where I need it. Excellent. The other thing that I need is washers, which or soil extractors and washers to make the muddy sludge. And that's just, I need to grab resources from base for that. But we can get CO2 hooked up before we do that run. Okay. Let's see where we can get that going through. Radar back in a slightly different spot. Get this plugged in. Okay. So we need to bring up electricity. I need stuff to make muddy sludge. And I need heaps and heaps and heaps more barrels. And I think that's it. Oh, and more belts, of course. All right. In theory, this is Vrauk's. Where's the car? Up there. And I will have to figure out what all my bottlenecks are. I have obviously done nothing with Helmod or YAFC to actually like plan this. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. But given how long Vrauks take, I imagine that I have more than enough moss and etc. moss and sap to handle it. It's just going to be about getting enough barrels in place. Oh, hello, heaps and heaps of iron. I needed some of those. Let's see. Empty barrels. Yeah, why not? Build as many as you can. Let's see. Over here, we need a washer, which needs stone bricks. Washer, soil extractor. Electric poles, belts. I forgot to put down a radar, so I don't know what else I might be missing. But, oh, I wanted to check to see if these were done processing. Because if so, I can turn on... Oh, so close to done. I'll be able to turn on... Oh no, there's another 4 there. Never mind, they're not done at all. I was going to say I'd be able to turn on 2 machines at once. I guess I could. I could turn one on at half capacity with 6 modules. May as well. Okay. What did I just hit? This, I believe, is... Yeah, here we are. All right. So down here, I'm going to set up our washer. Gonna make muddy sludge. That'll come like that. And that's not really worth it. Muddy sludge. Water comes in the bottom here. And then our soil extractors will be... I don't know, down here. Love it when I do things right. So, soil extractors, then those just loop around, inputting into all of our washers. I have no idea what the ratio of soil extractors to washers is. I should know. I've done mud like 4 times now, but I don't know. All right. Power going. Oops. Oh yeah, I want it on the other side. Will that reach? That'll reach there. Okay. Power. All right. So now it's you that needs to be cut off. You can run through. Oh, I never cut you off. Thought I cut you off. Okay. And then outputs need to be done like so. I need to bring fuel up here at some point, but I'm not doing that too urgently because I want to be building more Vrauks to populate my other farms before I start rendering them. Okay. That should be power all the way up there. We need power over here. I think that's everything plugged in once I just drag power down to here. So let's do it. And then we'll see what the 5 or 6 things that I did wrong were. You connect at this end? No. Fine. All right. We should now have, in theory... Oh, I didn't bring the sap trees. Darn it. All right, I gotta go back to base. Okay, these are starting. I need moss modules and I need sap tree modules. So we got to go on one more collection run to grab those. I should have spare moss modules at the tree farm, and I was making sap trees at base in preparation for this. Let's see, if we just follow our CO2 down, we should get to the tree farm. I remain the worst Factorio driver, but yeah, plenty of moss. How much did I say I needed? 60? All right, there's our moss. Actually, I'm going to... The last thing I want is for my car to blow up on my way home. I actually want to go this way. Because I want the moss modules, or not the moss, the sap trees that are up here. So each of these needs 2. I've got 4 of them. All right. What are you? Clay. Okay. And we're going to get over there and we're going to figure out the next thing that I did wrong. But all right, sap, 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 sap. These are all running. I should have put water barrels. Yep. This must have pushed out a bunch of water barrels. Yep. So now we just need the cocoons and the moss. Excellent. And cocoons will turn on as moss turns on. And okay, no. I briefly thought that I had built these right up against the belt, but it's just a tall building. I was not that stupid. And these need power. And we're not making dirt. Dirt. All right. How much? What do I have down here? For a single... Oh, I've got one of these and one of these running 5 farms, but that's the more efficient recipe. Yeah, I'm glad I left space for... I might need to swap in some yellow inserters here. I am. All right. Have we output our first moss yet? Not yet. I'm probably going to need to expand moss, just since I'm using the inefficient recipe. I suspect that will become a bottleneck. I like the smooth jazz on the reproductive center. All right, sap's backing up. This just needs moss. This just needs moss. We're just waiting on moss. It's all about the moss. All right. I need 15 more modules for that. Where's the car? Since those are nearby, I'll just go grab them. Can't hurt. And I'm playing a waiting game right now anyway. Ah. Oh my god. Who put all these pipes here? Do 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 do. And we must have spit out some moss at this point. Yes, 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 yes. I see moss. Moss coming in, which means cocoons are... Oh, I need to put Vrauks in here. That's fine. We're getting moss in both of these. All right. Oops. Sorry, bumped my microphone. I think we're here. I think we're finally here. And I'm gonna get on this belt and I'm gonna go on a little journey with these cocoons. And we're gonna hopefully watch some magic happen. Actually, I don't think we will watch magic happen with this batch because these inserters aren't fast enough to get all 10 cocoons in one go. So it'll take a couple more batches of cocoons before we have our... Oh, sap is backing up. I made plenty of sap. That's good. Moss is not really backing up. I guess it kind of comes in waves. We will see if that does start to back up, though. I guess I could plug this into YAFC and see, you know, exactly what I need to support 4 of these, but... All right. We should be getting close now. Oh, hey, this one's running. Pulling in moss as it comes by. Excellent. This one's not running yet. It hasn't gotten any cocoons. Hey, hey, hey! I think we've done it. It's slow, but that's that is Vrauk's. Okay, that screech is awful. Yeah, this is still grabbing all the cocoons. It'll grab, I guess, up to 20 before it lets them roll through. Is this bottlenecked or is this running? You're just running, yeah. I think we could use more moss, but other than that, this seems like it's doing pretty well. And yeah, we've got plenty of muddy sludge, so expanding moss isn't a big deal. But I might do that between streams, like check YAFC for this whole setup and rebalance some things. I just wanted to get it working and not get too distracted with that right now. And I'm not really sure how many Vrauk paddocks I'm going to need for science production, and whether latex is going to end up being my bottleneck versus other things. So it does look like moss is starting to back up on this side, and cocoons are making their way past the first one now. So that's awesome. This is great. I'm just standing around watching it. I'm so excited. Yeah, you're still running. Okay. What do I need for one more of these? I need some soil, some stone bricks, some small parts. Okay. And I know I have some more Vrauk modules that should be nearly done back at base. So I'm gonna repair my car again already because I hate driving in this game. Speaking of, fuck that power pole in particular. We're gonna head back to base. We're gonna grab what I need to make a couple more moss farms and the Vrauks if they're ready. I see two. I think there's a couple of more running through. We're waiting on moss samples, which are just waiting on this machine to make more moss, because this is also using the inefficient moss recipe. All right. So we'll have two more coming out of sort of the Vrauk bootstrap up here. And then I'm pretty sure I can just let it make them itself after that. Soil, bricks are down here. Okay. Moss farm, and I need aluminum if I want to make a couple more. Okay. It's been a while since I've had to grab aluminum. Why are we not getting aluminum? We have fuel. Missing required fluid. Why is there no... Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I've been venting all of that instead of putting it into an overflow for goodness knows how long. Well, that's unfortunate, but I'm glad I caught it. Okay. So that's 2 more moss farms, so that'll be 8 in total up there, which is probably more than I need. If I want to grab... Let's see. I mean, I think that's it, right? I've got a couple more Vrauks. I've got 2 more that are going to get built up here. But they're waiting on moss to make moss samples to do their thing. Even then, they're slow. Yeah, these are much slower than just letting them come out of the machine at the other end. 80 seconds each versus 400 seconds each. Let's see. This is probably not an ideal way to go, but we'll see. Maybe it's fine. Oh, the other thing I'm going to need is more moss to be module. Oh, there's a pipeline there. Okay. Boop. And badoop. For 3 more of these, I need 45 moss. Uh-huh. Okay. Wait, did I? Oh, I didn't put a thing up there, so I don't even know. I was going to say, did I put modules in the one that I built already, or do I actually need 60? But... okay, good. Donk. And power. 1, 2, 3. All right. More moss. Can't hurt. Up here, I have Vrauks. I have 2 of them. I need 2 more for this, and then another 20 for those ones. Moss is still backing up. Excellent. Oh, one isn't hooked up. Thank you. Oh, yep. What did I do? Oh, right. That's the one I built in the wrong place. Thank you. All fixed now. I think that's overkill on moss, so I doubt it would have mattered if that one never turned on. But, you know, it's the principle of the thing. This is waiting for... It wants more barrels, of course. It'll get a few of those every once in a while. 100. 2 more Vrauks. Yay! All right. So now I've got 2 of these running at full capacity. Awesome. I should, take a screenshot there. Maybe actually be deliberate with my YouTube thumbnail for once instead of just letting YouTube pick a screenshot for me. All right. Well, that's a little over... I don't even know what time it is. It gets dark so early, I don't even know anymore. 5 o'clock. Yeah. All right. I think I'm going to call it here for today. This is great progress. Vrauks are done. We got to do latex and basic substrate, and we're at basically at Pi Science 1, which is fantastic. Thanks for tuning in. I think you know my spiel at this point. You know where the VODs are. You know where the Discord is. If anyone wants to join the Discord and chat about what's been going on with the Pi stuff, you can. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see everybody next time.